Good evening and welcome to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at Bojangles. Now, again, I know when I say that Bojangles, I think about the movie Life with Bernard McCullum, Bernie Mac is known as. He talking about Jangalang. That's the first thing when I first heard the restaurant. That's when my mind went to life when he was saying Jangalang, Jangalang, Jangalang. But we're here live at Bojangles, 7433 South Cyber Road here in Byron, Mississippi. I am Bernard Moore III, your host, and here live. Finna have some fun. We got a lot to talk about here this lovely Sunday. So again, now we're just definitely switched from Saturday to Sunday due to the fact that my schedule changed dramatically on some Saturdays. So I had to move it to Sunday, but thank you guys for joining us again. But before we get started, I want to give thanks to those individuals that definitely make more on the road what it is today. More and more sports management. Looking for management service from contract negotiation, event planning, sponsorship, sales, and more. Give us a call at 601 260 3509 or visit www.mms-management.com where we give you more, nothing but more. Talking Sports Live with Jamie Horton, Rob J, Larry Nix, and myself. Join us every Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. live. We'll give you the location or log on to Facebook or YouTube or X or Instagram and join us every Sunday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the Loop 35. Hillcrest Christian School, one family, one faith, one future, 4060 South Sour Road in Jackson, Mississippi. Give them a call at 601 372 0149 to schedule a tour test. They are currently accepting enrollment, so definitely give them a call to come on by and take a visit and see what we got going on. The home of the 2025-26 Division II Class 2A Basketball Championship Boys. Defining Moments with Larry Nix. Tune in every Tuesday or Thursday from 104.3 FM from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. or log on to Facebook or YouTube or visit IgniteMS.tv. That's IGNITEMS.tv. Friends, family, faith, and fellowship. Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street, Jackson, Mississippi. Zion-travelers.org. Join us every Sunday from at 9 a.m. for Bible class, Sunday school, and 10:30 for service. And some Wednesdays at 7:15, and every other Thursday at 7 for Bible class. Well, got all that out the way. But again, we're here live at Bojangles, the next level of Southern flavor since 1977. Come in and get that country ham biscuit. They're serving breakfast all day, so they not know when they open it to 10 a.m. or to 10:37 breakfast all day. So come on in, get your country ham biscuit. Now, do not eat it in dry because you're gonna make a mess and you're gonna waste half the biscuit. But if you like some people, if you waste it, you got to knack up under your ear, have your leftovers to eat. But joining me today while she's over here giggling and stuff and talking about my thing, Miss Jennifer Bell of the NFLA League. Now I know when you came in, you told me about this. You saw that next level, so you want Bojangles to be a part of the next level.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so Jen, what is the NLFA?
The Next Level Football Alliance is an adult developmental football league. We house players from ages 17 all the way up into their 40s and 50s. These are a group of gentlemen that get together every spring. They play football for just the simple love of the sport. Um, a lot of players have excelled. They went on into arena ball. Some have went to college. So it's just for them to be able to sharpen their skills, get needed film. And like I say, some of the guys just play for the love.
Now, what about you said 40 something? I'm in my 40s, so you said I get opportunity to come out there and play next trial?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you get through the trials, they'll put you on the field.
Okay. Not just on the team, but they put me on the field.
They might let you play the number.
Okay.
They might let you.
I really appreciate that
What
for giving
position
me.
would you try out for?
I play everything. Well,
Oh, you
I like
athlete?
it. Yeah.
Oh no.
I play quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, linebacker, defensive back. I played everything except the defensive line.
What do you think you could play right now? Not what you used to.
Where would they put me at?
Right now, where would you want to be?
Where would they put me at? I'm a team player, so if the coach need me to go play center, I'm gonna put some extra padding on me because I seen some of the games that I play, and those guys in line a little bit bigger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put some extra pads on, some big pads, and some some pillow stuffing and stuff and look a little bit swollen so I can better.
We gonna leave you in the press box, Bernard. We're gonna leave you in the press box.
No comment on the press
No
box.
comment.
No comment on the press box. I'm gonna leave that alone. If that's what you call a press box, then I hate to say. No comment on that. But tell us about how long the NFL, the Next Level Football Alliance, has been going on. And,
I started the league back in 2020.
uh-huh.
There was a need for another league to surface. When I started out really small. I think that particular year I went from 6 teams to 14.
Okay.
But for me, it was never about the amount of teams in the league. It was more so about everybody being able to do what they love. So when I say we had those 6 to 4 teams, we went down to 4. We zigzagged, played all season, had a great time. Over the years, we've grown. Over the years, I've enjoyed the growth, but I've also had to let some people go over the years as well because everybody does not fit what the Next Level Football Alliance is about, which the biggest thing is discipline.
So you're more about quality instead of quantity.
Over quantity.
And that's, I know some people, when they see leagues, they want to see how many teams in there. No, are you going? But just like I said, sometimes when your circle is a little too big, issues come in. So you try to keep the circle small.
Absolutely. At one point, we had over 20 teams.
Wow.
And it was one of the most stressful seasons of my life. And you have to realize you have different personalities, different walks of life. Everybody's not in it for the same reason. But I got to the point where I decided I didn't want teams anymore. I wanted organizations, and there's a big difference in it.
Uh-huh. And so how do you think the other owners that you had to cut ties with, how do you think they felt? Were they grateful or were they?
Some were a little perturbed and upset and may not have understood why. But it was for the betterment of the league. It was also for the betterment of them. They moved on to other leagues, and some of them are excelling in what they're doing. It's not to say that you don't necessarily have a good footing in developmental football, but it is just to say, as far as a partnership with the Next Level Football Alliance, it wasn't going to work out.
Now, when you saying development, I know that everybody needs a development, a starting point somewhere, and playing sports. So they're not just, your teams and coaches are not just teaching them plays, plays. No, your leads, your wagger, your bootleg. They're teaching them really fundamentals of how to advance to that next level.
Of football, which is something that if you are a football fan, you know a lot of people lack, which is the fundamentals of football. They're also not just developing them on the field; they develop them off the field as well. We have a team in the league that has a partnership with a college in their community where they actually hand out players to the college. So not only are you getting a chance to play football, you're getting the opportunity to start your life with a college education.
So if you're interested in definitely making a difference, definitely look up NLFA.strong.org to see if there's a team in your area, or if you're looking to relocate to one of the team areas. I know that they'll be glad to have you, but just like Ms. Jen said, you're gonna have to come out and work and show that you had the skills and ability to play, because I think I'm gonna try it next year. You hear the word said, I think. So what's the big deal right now? I know we're in the semifinals right now.
We're in the semifinals. On June 13th will be the final round of playoffs. It will be conference championship. On June 13th at 6 p.m. at Vestal Park in Little Rock, Arkansas, you have the local team, the Mississippi Mayhem, who will travel to play the number 1 seed, the Arkansas Punishers. The Mayhem's record is currently 5-3. The Punishers is also 5-3.
Well, they beat the Mayhem beat the Punishers once before.
They beat them once before. The score on that game was 22-14, but they did travel to Arkansas, and the Punishers beat them 28-22.
It was the official fault.
That's what everybody gonna say. Blame it on the refs. Blame it on the refs.
Well, when you lose a game, it's the official fault, but they didn't make all the call that they need to. But I know I saw one of the Punishers, the Mayhem and Punishers game, and again, that defense stood up and really punished the Punishers. Then now, who else do we have playing?
The other game that'll be taking place at Mandeville, Louisiana, is the Bayou Macomb Cardinals. They are currently 8-0. They have not lost a game this entire season. They will be facing the Pensacola Panthers. Now, the thing with this game is the first time they played was May the 2nd. The Cardinals beat Punishers 36-0. You turn around, they played again May 21st, and the Panthers said they weren't having it this time. So the score winded up being 37-20. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to take place. The Panthers are on the high at this point. They just won the first round of playoffs on yesterday. They played the Pike County Titans in Macomb, Mississippi, with a final score of 28-6.
Okay.
So,
But actually about the Cardinals, because I saw them play last year in the championship game here in Jackson. I forgot what team they played. It was a team out of somewhere north.
it was the North Mississippi Road Warriors.
Yeah, and I was watching the game. Said the Cardinals, they look, but then you said they played in the past two championship games. They lost.
They did. They played the exact same team, which was the North Mississippi Road Warriors, twice back to back. The Cardinals won the conference championship. They excelled to the championship, but unfortunately were never able to defeat the North Mississippi Road Warriors.
Coach of the Cardinals, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. I've played in championship basketball games this past two seasons. Played in championship game both times. Couldn't get over that hump, but this year we won it. So I understand how you feel, Coach. And so don't think I'm not. I understand how you feel.
Yeah,
So
I think they stand a good chance this year if they make it past this Saturday.
So you're saying Pensacola the Panthers are ready to eat that Cardinal?
Pensacola is hot right now. They're ready.
Oh, and what that gives them motivation to definitely come on in. They, like I said, they won this game this past Saturday in Macomb, and now they're coming to play against the Cardinals, number one team. So they're the underdog. So they're gonna punch somebody in the face.
Absolutely. 10 clouds down, as they say, or 11 clouds down. They're ready.
Now I know you. Now I don't want you to be biased or somebody be upset with you. What do you think your outcome of the game?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. So she finna go spend some time in jail. Don't want to answer that question.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So what is now if the commissioner says that the owner it's definitely gonna be a tough game. So if you're in Louisiana and you have nothing else to do, go across the bayou, around the corner, through the swamps and across the railroad track to get to the field. They're playing at what stadium?
They are playing at, let me look and see what the name of their high school is so I can be correct. I don't want to tell you the wrong name.
Well, while she's looking at it, definitely go, I said, and go find, because like I said, I've seen the Cardinals play. I seen them play last year in the championship game here in Jackson at a stadium here in Jackson, and they were playing well. They came out. The game was a little slow. If I'm recalling, the game was a little slow that first quarter, and then they picked up that second quarter. Both defense were playing strong, and they picked up that second quarter. Then they started making a change. The Cardinals came out and struck fast, and then the team from North Mississippi, they came at the road run. They came back and struck. So it started off a little slow, but the game did end up well. But I left before the game was over, and I thought the Cardinals was going to come out as victorious.
The Cardinals added to not only their roster, but they added to their coaching staff this season, which is bringing a different feel to the team. So they filled in much needed gaps that they had, holes that they had. So they came out strong this season, and I believe that they had a lot to do with it. The Cardinals play at Lakeshore High School.
Okay. So Coach Carl, I'm going to tell you this. Don't be like the I can't remember, looking at the basketball team. The Phoenix Suns or the Utah Jazz, they beat everybody during the regular season, but get to the playoff, they exited stage left on the first round. Don't beat them. Now you're going and whooping everybody but the regular season, but then once you get to the nitty gritty, you're losing. Now I got nothing but love and respect for you. You're really pushing the guy, but definitely pushing him a little bit longer. Harder, so they can definitely come on out victorious. Now so it's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And the winners from these games will advance to the championship game on June 27th.
Yeah, June 27th will take place here in Byron, Mississippi, at Byron Middle School, which is right around the corner from where I am at here at Bojangles. So once you come to the championship game, we're going to try to work out a deal with Bojangles. So since they next level, they want to be a part of the next level football alliances as well. So we definitely going to work out something with Bojangles. So if you're in the area after the championship game or before the game, come on by and get you some now, I will say the country ham biscuit, but I don't want you to eat if something you're going to fall asleep in and get. Then I got some Southern gravy biscuit. I'm looking at the menu right there. Now, don't come in here and get something to eat, then you're not going to be able to play well, whichever team come play in the championship game. But fans, you definitely more than welcome by. I'm gonna see if we're gonna work out something with the management team. But I know I'm saying a whole lot of maybes, and hopefully they don't run me up out of here next time. But we'll see. We're gonna work something out with Bojangles here for the championship game. Ms. Jen, I know what this is the third year for. So what is it the team, the league needs for you to just continue to grow?
To grow, we really need more disciplined players. We need more disciplined players. I don't want to take in quote unquote teams. I want organizations.
Okay.
I want people to put together organizations where they have something to lose and something to push for. Um, we're big on community service, so if you don't want to do community service, you don't want to be involved in it, you can't join the NLFA. So
How important is different for community service with the organization?
community service is huge because you want the community to come in, pay at the gate, patronize the game, help you put revenue back inside your team. Well, you can't expect that when you're not pouring back into them. I'm big on youth. I'm big on community as a whole. So that is one of our rules that we put in place where they have to complete 15 hours of community service in order to even be able to participate in playoffs.
Yeah, 15 hours is not
It's
that
not a
bad,
lot.
and that's for the entire season or per
That's
month.
the entire season for each
Oh wow!
organization.
So
It will be going up next season.
okay, so guys, get ready to do a whole lot of community service. Which is, I'm saying, I understand that's definitely is it's not a lot, but you definitely want. I understand exactly the nature of the reason why you're doing saying, hey, pour back into the community because sometimes the community is unaware about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
There's some communities don't even know that. Hey, who's the Mississippi Band? Who's the Arkansas Punisher? Who's uh,
Absolutely.
the Cardinals or who the Pensacola Panthers? Who are they? Because they're not involved in the community. You definitely want the community to definitely come on out and support. Besides community service, what else that you would like for the individuals that are interested in bringing a team in? And is there a cost to enter into the league?
The league fees have been the same for the past 6 years of me doing this.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, okay. The league fees have been the same in 6 years of me doing this. It's $100 commitment fee. It's a $450 league fee. As far as the teams that want to come in, the only thing that we're asking is that you be of substance. The entry is going to be different going into 2027 versus the way it's been done in the past. Normally, I make the decision, I let the teams in. Well, this time around, I've decided that they will go through an interview process with myself and my deputy commissioner, Cassandra Beverly, and also my general manager, Andy. We call him Coach Andy. They're going to have to interview with us first.
Okay.
On that second round of interviews, they will be interviewed by the team owners that are already a part of the Next Level Football Alliance to ensure that they fit the blueprint. Because the biggest thing is, I'm not out there playing these teams. My other organizations have to play them. So I want them to feel comfortable in whoever we bring in and make sure that it is going to be the perfect fit for not only the league, but them as well, because they're the ones that's going to be coming into contact with them throughout the entire season.
So you won't be opposed to if there's two teams in one area.
That for the simple fact, in the Mississippi area, this part of Mississippi, the Jackson area, at one point there was maybe 4 or 5 teams in this generalized area alone.
Wow.
There are enough players to go around. It's all about your recruitment strategy, and what you're going to be able to obtain for your organization. So it's plenty of room. Right now, we kind of spaced out. We have 10 teams in 6 different states. So that puts a space in it. I kind of like the space, I'll be honest with you, but there is still room for people to be, in the same perspective areas and be able to navigate without it causing issues.
And then the business community, how would you invite them? I mean, what can the business community do for the leagues as well as the local teams?
The biggest thing with me is businesses. Just because you hear the word adult developmental football does not mean it's a bad thing. I call it adult developmental football because it semi-pro is what they call it. Can't stand it, don't like the word, and that is simply because semi-pro has bad narrative to it, and we're everything but that. I try my hardest to be everything but that. Not perfect, but proficient. So businesses, when you get in contact with these owners or coaches or players come in contact with you all and ask you all to sponsor, patronize, provide products for game days, don't turn them away simply because they're adults. They need that same love, that same support, that same drive that everybody else has as far as little league, college, high school, different areas of sports. But a lot of people shun away simply because we're adults and they feel like we don't need it or we don't deserve it.
How I know because actually I was at God, what's that? Trying to how to put a clothing store. And walking in front of the parking lot, I saw these two young men at the door. I saw them have some candy at the door. They said they probably trying to sell some candy. So I wonder who they were. And so as I walked in, they called me. They said, "Hey, sir, can you know about that?" I said, "I give them a buck because I'm trying to be in and out." And so when I came out, I was gonna give them a few dollars though because I understand what they're trying to do, but I just pray that they want trying to do something, get a quick hustle, as they say.
Right.
And that's the way sometimes, though, being as a patron, as a business owner, that sometimes you see individuals, they out there trying to hustle to try to put some money in their pocket, not really doing what it is. So, as a business owner, that's sometimes I understand why they say, well, nah, these adults, I don't want to do that because they probably trying. But I know, do you require them or ask them to be dressing your team
They know
apparel?
they know to be dressed in their team apparel. The other thing that I always inquire about is if they are a 501c3.
Yeah.
That proves your legitimacy. That keeps people from looking at you like you're trying to scam this, that, and the other. So pretty much, I want to say probably 95% of our organizations within this league are actually 501c3.
Okay. And I know that that's one thing. I'm not trying to get into RS. I have to first say my good friend Marcus Dupree, because when I talked to him, he gave my business about 30 different names. And so then he's trying to get the tax. You look at me and say, how many businesses you got to have? I only have one. It's more and more sports management, not more and more association, not more and more enterprise, all this stuff. That's what we're talking next year. With that being said, do they go in and just ask? Do they have a presentation, a proposal, or
different teams do it different ways? A lot of our teams come from smaller communities, so they just directly have points of contact. Some of our teams have been in operations for years. It kind of just rolls over. You have that what we used to call that door to door. We're looking for sponsors. So that's how they typically get it done.
All right. Are you opposed of, because I know that there are a lot of other development leagues going on, or you can say, well, semi-pro, contact leagues, adult league. Are you opposed to any of the leagues transferring over to your league?
It just depends. Like I said, everybody doesn't fit. You see what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't fit into the NLFA, and that's simply because I try to be a strong disciplinarian. And just as children, adults will run some discipline. I don't do all that fighting, arguing, cussing, things of that nature because we try to keep the games family friendly.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing. We're also using facilities that belong to the states. We're using facilities that are owned by schools. You don't want that narrative out there. So we try to be very selective in who we take in. Okay. The door is always open. It just depends on if we're willing to let you cross the threshold. It's kind of like your personal house. Like, don't come in my house trying to rearrange my furniture. So it's one of those things where if we feel like we're going to be a good fit, we're going to open arms. Come on in.
Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard the Third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at Bojangles, next level Southern flavor since 1977. Swing by 7433 South Southway Road in Byron, Mississippi. Call and place your order. They do accept DoorDash because I was in here a couple of Sundays. I've seen a whole lot of DoorDash or what's whatever other food delivery guys coming in picking up meat. Now it's becoming a big thing. They even got a section of the restaurant where they place all the DoorDash orders, the pickup order that they have. 601-414-9400 or log on to the website, bojangles.com. We're here live, Bojangles, talking to Ms. Jen of the NLFA, talking about how you can be a part of the league. Come on out and visit one of those teams in Arkansas, as the Mayhem and the Punishers are playing this next Saturday, and the Panthers of Pensacola and the Cardinals down in Louisiana. But for the championship game, they will be here in Byron, Mississippi, around the corner down the street from where we're located. June the 27th at 6 p.m. So definitely come on down and say, if you see me somewhere in that press box, just come on by and say hello. We'll give you a high five, or we'll give you a token or a chicken tender from Bojangles over here. So definitely, mom, we got to talk to them about this. See if they can give us some chicken
Absolutely.
tender.
Absolutely.
All right. So again, now, I know you don't want to be. I know you don't want to be biased. No, you stand neutral. You please the field. So you finna be behind bars for some time right now. Talking about which team you think you're gonna excel. Or why you get tight there? Wow. So
Bernard, I'm pleading the field. I'm pleading the field. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
but
If I was to speak on that, it would cause such a distance.
okay, no, I definitely understand. So, but you're looking for a exciting outcome, great number of attendants to come out and
Absolutely.
support
Absolutely. I am.
the games.
I am. It's going to be a great championship game. Whoever wins, Miss Jean is proud of you. Whoever excels into championship, Miss Jean is proud of you. I'm proud of all 10 of y'all that are here. So that's all I'm going to say. The championship game is going to be very exciting. We actually have a player
Uh-huh.
that is going to be singing the national anthem at the game. His name is Gregory McClendon. Some of you know him as Black
Okay.
Bob on Facebook. He played for the Arkansas Kings.
Okay.
National anthem for us. We also have. I spoke with the wonderful Jonathan Garland. He is the band director for the Jacktown All Star Band.
Yeah.
And they will be coming out to perform as well.
Yeah, actually, but they're getting a lot of traction because they are going to perform half times at the basketball games with the Mississippi Queens. So
Absolutely.
they're getting a lot of traction, and I like what they're doing with those young men and young ladies because some of them they're still. I'm just ecstatic about they still have the young guys that are interested in playing the instrument
Absolutely.
because everybody wants to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be a singer. You hear guys walking down the hallway, they're singing and rap, but they do not want to join the band.
They do
And
not.
that right there can definitely perfect your craft if you know how to play an instrument.
Absolutely, absolutely. Scholarships and everything in between, but a lot of people don't want to.
I tried to play the drum. My uncle, in which my mother raised, he played the snare drum, and so he had a snare drum. We grew up around it, and so I always just beat on his drum. So I always, as a young guy, I wanted to play the drum. And so when I got to elementary school, my music teacher, I really love her. Really do love Miss McFarland. I think she's still alive. She's been in quite some time. I saw her when I was in college. She was still teaching. I was like, my goodness, that was a long time. But she gave me an opportunity to be in a band. I missed the cut by a few notes. I didn't really understand how to read the notes. So they tell you I wasn't paying attention to class when she taught it. So I missed the opportunity by a few notes and never went back and follow up there. But I really did like playing the drum, the snare drum.
Never was an instrumental person. I played basketball and ran track.
I did that too. So, but it's good. Like I said, be multi-talented. Though God
Right.
has blessed you with many times. Because actually, I went to school with a guy who played in the band, played basketball. Yeah, he played basketball and played in the band, played the drum. Actually, one of my church members did the same thing too. Yeah, he didn't play football, but he played basketball and played in the band. I forgot what instrument he played. So it is good more times. So you said forget the band. You call them the band geeks or band nerds.
No. My brother played the trumpet on Forest Hill High School, and then he went to Jackson State and played. So no,
So I know you really supported him when he played at Jack State. Like
Yeah.
everybody loved the boom.
Yep, everybody loves the boom.
Some people that ain't got no association with Jack State, they will come and see the boom.
Absolutely. I want to see the same drive and support for the Jacktown All Star Band. I want to see them get behind them as well, just as hard as they do Jackson State's Sonny Boom.
Yeah, actually, that number they're growing because I think when I first saw him, it was at a parade some years ago. I think he had at least about 10 to 15. Now I think they're up to about 20 or 30. So yeah, it's grown. So whoever the director is, man, kudos to you.
Yeah. His
Definitely.
name is Jonathan Garland. He is awesome.
Do they have a place where they practice? I know that was on the news that they were
They
trying to look for.
were previously practicing. I want to say it was Tupelo. Something happened when the change of
Administration.
yeah. So they are seeking somewhere to practice where they can also house their instruments as well. And that's something I've been trying to help them with, trying to help locate somewhere for them to do that. Like I told them, I understand more so than anybody how hard it is to get to, whether it's a community center or who behind you to support what you're doing. It's the same with this level of football. It's hard to get fields. It's hard to get schools to get behind us because we're adults. So I get what he's going through.
Yeah, it is. So, uh, actually, I was at an event last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to. I'm not gonna say their name.
Mm-hmm.
They came to me and said that we need to have more events like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "You're absolutely correct." 'Cause it was a good event. No, it was the weather. It was kind of questionable about the way it was an outside event. The weather was kind of questionable. No, it did rain. It didn't stop raining, and you had felt a little drizzle. And they approached me and said, "Man, we need to have more events like this." And they said, "You're absolutely correct." I said, I gave them an answer. I said, "Now, go find us some money so we can do it."
Mm-hmm.
Because the money, the resources out there. Now it's just that if they want to go ahead and put it into play to have things like this. Now I know speaking about the community, but let me go and say, hey, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at. Now I'm finna say Jangling. Bojangles.
Jangling, jangling.
Bojangles here, 7433 Sour Road in Byron, Mississippi. Swing on by for the next level Southern flavor since 1977. But I know in reference to the community, like I said, like what Mr. Garner's doing with the Jacktown band, that giving these young, it's not just for youth, it's some adults in the band also, giving them to continue to play their drive because you just never know who sees them because especially with social media now, that somebody may be filming a show and then some artist may see this person, the mechanics, the techniques of their drumming and how they moving, they keeping up, and artist may see that and say, hey, who's that young man or young lady right there? I want them to be on team. So it is good exposure. But with all that, the issues that we're having, and I'm not just gonna say Jackson, but in Jackson, so that's place is it hurts my heart to see what's going on. Like you stated, that they're looking for a facility to house and practice. There are a lot of vacant building houses
Absolutely.
that somebody owns. Somebody will, I can't say somebody paying taxes on because they probably ain't paying taxes still.
Yeah.
That the city or the state, somebody can donate that to them and write it off and allow those young men and young ladies an opportunity to play. So
Absolutely.
I know that
Absolutely.
one of those politicians or state senators or business owner or the neighbors, I know y'all looking and listening. Help them out because I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Still
Yeah.
teaching the musicians, the really to continue on the playing because they are growing. I can really
Mhm.
say because they play the Mississippi Queens, they come playing for you. They performed at Tougaloo a couple times, and they
Mhm.
performed in a lot of parades.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now,
And it is amazing that people barely know about him.
yeah,
You see what I'm? It's almost like the same thing with this level football. People barely know we exist, but it's sad to say that most people will get behind negative things or
yeah,
somebody that's gonna come in and disappear on you quicker than they will somebody who's constantly pouring year after year into the same prospective area. Like you say, there are plenty of buildings they can give them something.
yeah,
You know, I look at the same thing. I looked online. JPS has schools for sale.
yeah.
I don't know if you were aware of this. All I'm thinking about is a football field behind it. You know,
Well, it's not a field behind it; it's a
it's a
potential.
potential.
It's a
You see
potential,
what
yeah.
everything needs some love, everything, but it is hard to get them to latch on and actually want to help to do something positive. I seen there was a young man in Jackson. I can't remember his name, but he wanted to open up a skating rink. He already went in
Yeah, he
to the
already got it out.
building,
Yeah,
fabricated everything, has the skating rink up and operable, but they would not zone him to go ahead and open.
yeah,
And that is something else that the kids could be doing, positive skating.
yeah. And I know it's a hurdle that a lot of individuals have to jump over. I'm a former hurdle runner also. I ran hurdles in high
Mm-hmm.
school. I tripped over a couple of hurdles that ended my career. So, but I know how jumping over hurdles they can hurt
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But don't stop it. Don't give up.
Absolutely.
Now, my thing with that, is that I hope that they don't give up.
Me too. Me too.
I just hope they don't give up. I know I've seen some report. Actually, I was at a neighborhood meeting. I think his daughter
Mhm.
came by and spoke about it. It was some political officials that spoke about it, asking them for their support. But he's still facing some challenges with that. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want to know, but I definitely will try to go over and talk with him and just about if he's. I mean, if someone that has contact with that young man, just tell him just don't give up.
Absolutely.
I definitely would like to see positive things come back into the community, especially that area.
Yeah,
South
they've
Jackson.
even created a petition for people to sign to in support of him actually opening. But I think my problem is I'm from Jackson. You know, we moved when I was little. We went to Terry, but I'm a Jacksonian at heart. My biggest issue is you will stop progress of something positive,
Uh-huh.
but every time you turn around, there's a liquor store, there's another convenience store, there's another title loan store, there's another payday loan store. You see what I'm saying? It's like
That's hurting the
you can let
community.
all of this in, but when you go to neighboring communities like Brandon, anywhere in Rankin County, anywhere in Madison County, you don't see it.
And
You don't.
I think I was actually speaking with my mother this morning. We was talking about some medical doctors. She was saying that she went to some doctors a long time ago now that forced me, and I understand why
Mm-hmm.
they move. I said I'm a business individual, but I do support the community. I understand, but then I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you move, but I don't understand why you move
Mm-hmm.
because you've been
Absolutely.
there, you've been a pillar. Continue to just fight, but some people are getting of age and saying, "Hey, I don't want to fight."
Mm-hmm.
Especially those businesses that have been passed along to their siblings or
Mm-hmm.
their children, because I know as a parent and as a business owner, I want to pass my business on down to my
Right.
family, to my generation. But I hope they keep the same mindset and the same aspiration. I want to help continue to build my community, in which a
Absolutely.
lot of businesses don't. They're leaving the Jackson metro area. So, as a leader, I'm wondering why the business leaving?
Right. But you also have to ask the same question: why would they stay?
Yeah, as a
What
newcomer, yeah, you're right. But
What's the benefit? Why would
as
you
a new
stay?
incoming official,
Mm-hmm.
why is all this stuff leaving? What are y'all doing to keeping them here? Are they y'all being mean to them, or y'all trying to twist more money out of them?
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a two way. It's a two way thing. Just like I don't know how true this stuff is, especially some of the big major companies. They
Mm-hmm.
get what they call the tax break.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come here, we'll build the business. We'll hire the individuals from your community to
Mm-hmm.
bring them in. But then this stuff happens, and like, are you working at the building? Are you? No, I'm not working
No.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So they pull an outside source. So that definitely hurt a lot.
It does.
Now I'm finna put you on. I'm finna throw you on Front Street.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying that Mayor Horn is not doing anything wrong, or he's just getting into office. He had a whole lot of personnel things to take care of first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that he's doing a bad job. I don't want to run him out because I'm not a resident of Jackson, but I still uh, travel and do business in Jackson. If you were mayor, what would you see as mayor coming in? What would you do to help change the mind, to change the dynamics of Jackson?
The dynamics of Jackson can simply be changed by pouring back into the community. If he would bring in sustainable businesses, sustainable employment, you have people in the city of Jackson that are still making minimum wage, and that's Mississippi South. You understand? $7.25 an hour. What you gonna do with that, Bernard?
Give it back to Uncle Sam.
You see what
He took a half
what can you
back.
do with that? You have infrastructure issues. Now, my biggest thing, I mean no harm, my favorite mayor was Frank Milton. I don't care who
That's
didn't
the
like
bottom
him.
line.
You understand me? I don't care who didn't like Frank Milton. But Frank Milton was that mayor where he was going to get things done. Even if that meant he had to strap up and be sitting at the roadblock with you when you pull up and he out there with the SWAT team. Even though they got very dismayed because he drove the bulldozer through the dilapidated house. I mean, no harm. It's dilapidated. Why it's still there? Those are questions that I have. If you look on the Secretary of State site,
Uh-huh.
you can find different buildings, land, all these things that have taxes have not been paid. They're just cities. The people who actually own these properties are in other states at this point. They're not going to pay it. They're not going to pay it. So if nobody's buying it, not going to do nothing with it. Why sit it? Why let it sit like that?
And I totally understand what you're saying because driving through Jackson sometimes and you see these uh, unhoused, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say homeless,
Mhm.
unhoused individuals
Mhm.
sleeping on the sidewalk, sleeping up on the bench, sleeping up on the a park bench or a tree somewhere. Instead of, I know that there'll be a lot of organizations trying to come in
Mhm.
and get these tiny houses
Mhm.
or find something for these individuals to South Street because as a business owner, I'm gonna be honest, as a business owner, I don't want to have to come to my office
And that's what
every
you're
day and
saying.
I'm looking,
Mhm.
I got a homeless guy sitting, I got to run them off,
Mhm.
or well, excuse me, unhoused individual
Mhm.
done took a poop or I walk in, pull into the parking lot, I smell urine
Mhm.
all day. It's because of the unhoused.
I'm gonna tell you what I learned, and this is when I had my football team because I'm not on a league. I used to have a team myself. Community service. We decided that we were going to do a homeless feed. Whether or not in my mind, rationally, if I went to West Jackson and set up in a park, how was the homeless in North Jackson going to get to West Jackson? They weren't going to make it. So what we did was I took a couple of my players. Everybody got bags. We drove. We did ride by. We went everywhere. We didn't just
Oh,
drop
you doing
bags
drive
off.
by time. You know you can get arrested
Well,
doing
it
drive
was a good
by.
drive by. We were dropping our food and hygiene products. But the thing with it is, we weren't just dropping them off saying, here's something to eat. We were having a conversation. You would be amazed at how many of the unhoused are actually veterans.
Yes. Actually, I was talking with this individual whom I definitely would love for them there. I'm trying to get them to be a part
Mm-hmm.
of what I'm doing. And I'm not going to give fully of what they stated,
Mm-hmm.
but what he stated, it makes sense. And I think it can work. However, I know the community would somewhat be against it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that they will because of what they wanted to do. They want to move some attraction away from its current location
Mm-hmm.
to another location and to replace that particular location where the previous attraction was with the community to house those individuals, especially the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them, they can't get the service that they need because they don't have any
They
type of
don't have
identification.
they don't have an address. They don't have
Yeah.
anything.
And so they said that they will build something there to house them so that they can get served. And which I said, I understand, I'll support that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I know a lot of them dealing with the issue that we definitely don't want to talk about. They got mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for one thing, a lot of them probably fought in some the Persian Gulf War, the Middle East War. Some of them probably still veterans. I mean, the Vietnam War because of their age, and they never recuperated, or they still
Exactly.
haven't had mental because of for one thing. I just saw the person next to me blow up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to still keep on fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then once I got to fighting, they deployed me back home, and then I tried to go for some service. They gave me a few months of it, and then I went back home. I was depressed. I turned to drugs. I lost my house. I lost my family. I'm homeless. I can't go back in because they don't know who I am. So then, guess what? My turn to. I'm unhoused. I got to go do something bad to get arrested, to get put in jail, to get at least something. And then guess what? I serve my time. I'm back out unhoused.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something different
It's
to definitely help
it's
that
a
out.
it's a cycle and it needs to be fixed. Within our league, majority of all my teams, I'm not gonna say majority because I would be lying. All my teams have attachments to veterans. Some are owners, some are coaches. A lot of them are players. They're veterans. If one of them is having a moment or something like that, they surround each other because they've been there, they've been through it. Sometimes they'll contact me. I haven't been through it. I'm gonna let you talk to so and so he can get you out there. Try to help bring you back where you need to be. But watching these people around Jackson is like it's almost like nobody cares. And that is a big problem for me. When you have a shelter that's centralized in this area,
Mhm.
but there are homeless people on the other side of town that can't get there. If you're not there by a certain time, they're closing the doors and you can't come in.
Yeah, and
What are they supposed to do?
go find a park bench somewhere and sit there.
But then they get in trouble for these.
Yeah,
So what they supposed to do?
they have is more of unhoused than shelters.
Mhm,
It is because, and those shelters are, if you look at the complete the structure of those shelters,
mhm,
they bought some of them about to fall apart themselves.
mhm.
And then you go in, you got some of them are not to the best that they can,
Mhm.
and they have very limited resources. But we still getting unhoused individuals, like the numbers are still increasing. Because I was just out north, County Line Road, and I seen two individuals out there, guess what, holding up signs, asking food. And I've never seen one.
But
I
this
tell you, you know the one that you seen at certain spot that you
right.
see them, but I ain't never seen these.
But this is not to stir a pot, not to start anything. This is not Bernard Moore speaking. This is Jennifer Bell speaking. This is my problem. We're talking about the mayor horn. We're talking about lack of funding for shelters, but you want to bring in a chief of police and pay her over $50,000, which y'all are actually allotted to pay her just because she has doctor before her birthday. Crime skyrocketing. I ain't seen them stop them yet because that's not the problem. You see what I'm? That's not the problem. The problem is the fact that Jackson has nothing, absolutely nothing for the youth. They haven't. They don't have anything. There are a handful of people and organizations such as yourself, such as myself, such as different teams and stuff like that that do something for these kids to try to give them something to do. But for the most part, when is the city going to step in and say, let's do
It's I'm gonna say that again. Don't take whatever say. We're not political bias on the
it?
show
No,
though. We're not Republican or Democratic or Independent. We just want to see better. I don't care if we have a Republican mayor. I don't care if we have a Democratic
me
mayor. I
either.
don't care if we have an independent mayor. Just as long as that you get in, do what you said that you was gonna do, and hopefully that the other political figures will definitely support. I think that's the number one issue, in my
Mhm.
opinion. That sometimes that we don't have the support of, especially ones that, I mean, I say had the support of the decision
Mhm.
makers. Because we can have a good, bright idea. Again, we can have a good, bright idea that we think that will work, but then some will say, I don't think that will work.
Right, right.
Yeah,
And sometimes you won't know until you try.
yeah. And speaking of our youth, again, well, let me go ahead and say this is a More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we're all about. We're here live at Bojangles, the next level Southern flavor since 1977, 7433 Sour Road and Byron, Mississippi. Give them a call at 601-414-9400 to place an order. Make sure that again that if you're gonna drive or you're gonna sit down and eat, you can get your biscuit because you don't want to make a mess. Now I know that when you're eating your biscuit, they're kind of soft and crumble. It's not saying that it's crunchy, but it does have a little crunch to it when you bite the crumbles. The crumbs may fall down. Sit down and eat because you don't want to be driving like myself. Sometimes I come get some biscuits in the morning. I got to drive to where am I going? I'm wasting biscuit in my car. And then sometimes you look around and say, what is that sweet smell? Then you let the seat up, you got a biscuit back there. So you got a piece of biscuit back there. So if you come sit down and eat and enjoy the cool atmosphere, I think they had Wi-Fi here too as well. So enjoy the cool atmosphere and sit down and enjoy your biscuit. But don't try to drive and eat. Now, I know you have a DUI that's driving up under the influence. They're probably gonna come on something and say hold up, DWE, driving while eating. But don't eat and drive because I've done that before and I made a mess on my clothes. But say don't drive and eat at the same time. And I know I'm lying to myself because I'm probably gonna do it again sometime this upcoming week. Now, speaking of driving,
Mhm.
all right, now can you go back and pass the driving test? Not the actual driving test,
Mhm.
the written test.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. I don't even think they really graded it that when I got my license. It was one of those things. It was so horrible because I was 16. I wanted my driver's license. My mom was like, "No, just wait." So my aunt, may she rest in peace. My aunt shows up at the house. She was like, "Come on, let's go." I said, "Where we going?" She said, "You going to get your driver's
So y'all
license
being
while your
hard-headed,
mom is at
okay.
work." Yeah, and she took me to get my license. My mom gets home, and she's look, and I'm happy. I'm elated. I'm not thinking I'm about to get in trouble. I'm like, "Mom, I got my license," and she was like, "Who took you to the DMV?" I'm like, "Aunt Louise," and oh Lord, she called my auntie, and they had around. Do you hear me? But
So
my
you just
mom was
caused
like,
a family disturbance.
"Well, she didn't let me drive illegally. We were staying in Terry. You
Oh,
know,
so,
that was
so,
back
so now you're
then."
telling your mom you
Yeah,
should get
I'm
your mom
telling her
arrested.
because at least I ain't too trying to legalize me before. But that was back when we were younger, where you could drive like that. You could go around the corner, not get in trouble, you know. And that was her way of teaching me how to drive. She would let me go so far, turn around,
Okay.
go so far, come around. And that was because my sister been terrified before. So she didn't want to get in the car with me when I started driving. So she was like, "Get the keys, go up the road, turn around, and come back." That's how I learned how to drive. Nobody ever taught me.
But now I'm finna give you a quiz.
Don't do it for no
Not
I'm
forget quiz. Now you said you can't pass. You said you probably can pass the driving test. All right, now the divide in the road, a solid yellow line in the road.
mm,
What does that mean?
a solid yellow line in
Yeah,
the
on
road.
a two-way street.
You don't cross over. That's what that means.
Okay, see, well you got one correct.
Oh, good.
A flashing yellow light at a red light.
That
What does that
means
mean?
yield. That's caution. See, you trying to hear me up, and I know
I'm
who
not
you
trying to
work
give you.
for. You gonna be the told them
No,
folks
I'm
me and
not trying to
somebody
give
go
you up.
get
I'm
me.
just trying to test your knowledge.
Yeah, I can. The basic knowledge of it now. Yeah. I'm almost at the point where I don't even want to drive no more. You want to know the
I
truth
see
about
that.
these people drive.
How'd you get here today?
Look, I drove, but woo, if I didn't have to.
What's the distance between the
But no,
car?
one car length, or is it two?
There's two.
It's two. Okay.
So you know, so you can you will probably pass the test. It wasn't see that wasn't bad. She got 2 for 2. All right, that bitch. Yeah, I really do appreciate you joining me this Sunday.
You're
I know
welcome.
you fussed at me. I had a long speech before we started the show and said, Bernard, I don't do this, and you've been told many times that you need to start doing it. But I had to pull her by her ear like her mama did. So, Mama, I got her back for you for her lying to you for getting that taking that driving test, and you want to prove it.
Well, I
I,
appreciate you for having me. I really do.
but what else can we do to help make the NLFA bigger than what it is?
You can start by coming out to support the championship game on June 27th. Follow us on social media, Next Level Football Alliance, NLFA. You can check out our website at nlfastrong.org. But the biggest thing that I would like to see everyone do, go on our website, click teams, get in contact with these teams and these organizations because when they help strengthen them, they strengthen the league.
What is it? As the overseer,
Mhm.
what do you think that's something that can help each team grow?
The biggest thing that probably would be able to help them grow is getting facilities. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some organizations that are blessed and have wonderful accommodations. Then you have others who are restricted to not so good accommodations, but they pass and we make do. We try to help each other because we know everybody is in different positions. That's something else that I noticed is I've been in this for 9 years now, for six on in the league. Go on the road to different places, Louisiana, Pike County, Arkansas. These different cities actually have city-owned football fields. Well, we don't have that here in Mississippi. Not in this part of Mississippi, we don't have that. Other areas don't. So get with your city officials, get with your schools, tell them to support us. You see what don't be so closed-minded again because you simply hear the word of the Lord.
Now, you as the overseer of the league, do you go in and kick some doors down in those cities saying,
I do
hey,
my best.
okay,
I really do my best. That's how the doors was open up to burn. I do my best.
yeah,
I
because
really
I
do.
know that I seen you at work sometime on the field when something happened, and I heard something. Whoop, there go Mama Jean. Now, I know people know it's Miss Jean, but he said that's Mama Jean
Mhm,
when she came down the field. So
mhm. These guys, people find it weird because I'm a woman and I'm involved in the male version of football because we do have women teams and leagues and stuff like that. But these guys, I love them. they're great. They get on the nerves sometimes. You know,
Yeah,
we have
but you probably get on their nerves
yeah,
too.
I
So
probably get
yeah,
on their nerves
yeah.
a lot. You see what I'm, but we all have mutual respect for each other, and the biggest thing about it is they respect me, I respect them. They know my expectations. If they cross it just a little bit, you see they go to retract it like, oh Lord, here she comes. Let me stop. Let me not do
Yeah.
it. You know, and it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, speaking of the women's league, you know, what's your thought about this? I mean, uh, what's what I'm looking for? The growth of women's football.
Women's football is growing rapidly, honestly. Um, they, I think I seen something where something's gonna be streamed on ESPN with the women, and
Yeah,
it is,
the Mississippi Panthers. Yeah,
mhm. And it is one of those things where women get the door open quicker than men on this level of football because
cause y'all supposed to come in like mama. When Mother Nature come through here,
no,
everybody take off running.
no, but I think what it is, it's odd to see a woman play football, number
Yeah.
one, and they gravitate to that and they own it. When they hear male adult developmental, is why you ain't in college, why you ain't in the arena, why you ain't in the NFL, you know,
Yeah.
and it's automatic. They should have been there. So it's like they don't get the same grace as the women do. So the women is more attractive, is they're going out there watching them, you know, and they
I'm asking though. Then we're gonna get it. Now it was too far. You see the growth of women flag football,
Mhm.
especially on the college campus
Mhm.
as well as in high school,
Mhm.
and then with the growth of contact football.
Mhm.
Now, the lingerie league. What is your thought about that? Especially the way that women football is growing.
I just feel like if you got to go out there and play in lingerie, you might as well go on and start an OnlyFans because you're not out there for the sport. You understand? But that's not what you're there for. You out there to be sexualized and everything else. What part of that? I'm not gonna ask you because you probably would enjoy every minute of it. I'm sure every man
No, I
would,
did, but my thing
I
is,
don't see the purpose in it. It's
you got
sexualizing women, and the sad part about it is some women don't. They're not bothered by it. They're probably whole within who they are as a woman. But I'm mm-mm.
yeah, I know. Like I said, it's to each his own.
Mhm.
If they want to play it, go ahead and play it. No, I try to support any way I can, but just sitting there watching it and not really, because actually I knew quite a few young ladies that played
Mhm.
in it. My thing is now if they want to play in a one piece suit, that's
Mhm.
fine. Like how volleyball is, they got a one piece suit or the track and field. But my thing is you got too much skin exposed,
Mhm.
especially playing with the pad.
Mhm.
That's subject to a cut or an effect somewhere. That's my only thing. If you
Mhm.
want to play in one piece, tight one piece, go for it. Cause the men's uniform are tight. They're becoming to be tight, especially even basketball. Now some apparel companies make the uniform
Mhm.
tighter because of I guess they want to feel loose and stuff. But just playing the way playing, I didn't too much agree on that part. But yeah, it is becoming to a sexist sport. They pay. I mean, they're trying to exploit sexism, especially playing in
Mhm.
lingerie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, again, Miss Jen, I really do appreciate your time and that information on behalf of the NFLA, the NLFA. I'm getting
Mhm.
the F and the L twisted up,
Mhm.
but I know the next level.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Next level.
but we're looking forward to this upcoming Saturday game, the Mississippi Mayhem and Arkansas Punisher, as well as the Pensacola Panthers and the Bayou Cardinals, taking place next Saturday in Arkansas as well as Louisiana, and then come here the 27th in Bryan, Mississippi at Bryan Middle School to check out the championship game. Who would it be? I mean, Jen didn't want to tell me who it was going to be, and she
Absolutely.
said she pleaded the field, so she's going to still be behind bar until they play these semifinals, the conference champ. Then she's going to be released. Then she's going to say who's going to win that game, the championship game, and she's still going to plead the fifth again. So we got to lock her back up again.
Mhm.
Anything else you would like to share, Miss Jen? Because I know you got a whole lot of followers looking at this, and they're going. Your phone probably gonna go off afterward.
I'm looking forward to the games this weekend. Y'all know what I always say: keep it football, keep the crowns on, chest out. And thank y'all for being the best part of the Next Level Football Alliance.
All right. Well, Ms. Jen, I really do appreciate that information. Yeah, it's time to get up here because I got to go up and talk to Bojangles and see if they can be part of the next level. Uh, Next Level Football League, since they're the next level Southern flavor here down in the South. Well, hold on, all your teams are in the South. So, hey, it'll go hand in hand. It'll be a good match, though. Much love to you guys. I see you guys when I see you. 1 + 1 = deuces.